So good afternoon, everyone, and very warm welcome to today's session on Master Performance Review Conversations, proudly brought to you by Skillemme. Skillemme is a specialized learning and development solutions firm that partners with organizations to enhance workforce capabilities through technical, behavioral, leadership, and executive education programs. We work with leading corporates across industries to design and deliver impactful learning interventions, combining expert facilitation, practical insights, and real world applicability. We are delighted to have participants joining us from across regions, and we thank you for taking time to invest in your own professional growth. Performance reviews are one of the most critical touch points in the employee experience when done right. They inspire growth, strengthen trust, and drive organizational success. So, today's session will help us understand how to conduct these conversations with confidence, empathy, and impact. We are privileged to have with us Ms. Nadia Alfara, a seasoned HR leader with over 18 plus years of global experience across the full spectrum of talent management, from performance management and leadership development to change management, career pathing, and HR process automation. She has successfully led large scale HR transformations across diverse sectors, including manufacturing, IT, banking and financial services, and shared services, spanning regions such as US, IMEA, and APAC. Her deep understanding of both people and business makes her uniquely equipped to help us master the art and science of meaningful performance conversations. So, without further ado, let's welcome Ms. Nadia as she takes us through today's insightful session on mastering performance review conversations. Over to you, Ms. Nadia.
Hello, how are you all doing? Can you all hear me?
Can you be a little louder, Nadia?
I am louder. I'm very close to the mic. Can you all hear me
It's
clearly?
better now. Yes, yes, we can.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining today's session. I see we have 17 participants. Hi, Prithima, Sandesh, Sonal, Tim C. Kohli, Rajesh, Darshan. Thank you for joining today. How are you all feeling? Okay, so we have a small game before. I hope all can see my screen. There's a screen with game. Do you see that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So here is a small game. I want the session to be interactive. Absolutely. Ask questions. Let's have insights. Here is a game. All you need to do is you need to spot one is here, then two, spot three, spot four, five, six. Going to give you 1 minute. In 1 minute, you need to tell me how many numbers did you spot. Don't tell me, okay, one is here, five is here, six is here, 10 is here. No. You need to go in sequence, spot the numbers, and tell me how many did you spot. And you need to go to chat window, chat box after the 1 minute that I'm giving you as a timer. You need to tell me how many numbers did you spot. And your time starts now. 1 minute, spot the number, and tell me till where do you go? Have you gone till number two, number three, 10, 12? How many numbers did you spot? I'll let you know once you're done with 1 minute. Stop. Stop screen. Okay, I'm going to check with everyone. I'm going to check with everybody. Can you please go and paste your numbers that you could locate? Sonal says 18. Lovely, Sonal. Thank you. Murli 40. Lovely. Chetan up to Patil 9. We have Pratima 15. Okay, I want to hear from everyone. 12 says David. Beautiful. Okay. Now I am going to give you a pattern and I'm going to give you a sequence how these numbers are placed. 1 is here, it goes anti-clockwise. 1 is here, 2 here, then 3 is here, 4 is here, 5 goes up here, 6 down here, 7, 8 is here, 9 is up here. I'm going to give you a pattern, sequence, and a structure to it. I'm giving you 1 minute again for you to go and spot the numbers for 1 minute. Your time starts now. I want to know how many numbers do you spot with the structure, sequence, and pattern that I gave you right now. You are going in sequence again, but you know the pattern. It's anti-clockwise. You know the structure. You have 20 seconds. Seven seconds. And time up. Now you're going to paste and tell me how many did you do after you got to know the pattern. 28, 34, wow, 18 to 25, Sonal. Okay, I want to hear from others. What about David is 38. David was 12, then he moved to 38. That's a transformation. What about Chetan? Murli, you were already 40. I would love to hear. What is your number that you traced? Okay. So you just saw that when you have a pattern and structure. 1 minute. You have a pattern and a structure and it becomes very easy for you. And today's workshop is all about pattern, structure, framework, model. It's that you knew. It's just absolutely like this number game. You knew where to go, how to find, but all you wanted the help is in letting know, how do I structure it? How do I frame it? How do I look for? What patterns do I look for? So this is something absolutely related and it absolutely resonates in how do I have performance conversations. I'm going to share my slide. Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, I hope you can see my screen with the PowerPoint presentation. Do you see my screen? Is it in a PowerPoint mode or how does it look like? Swaroop, can you just let me know how does the
Can you share, Nadia, once again?
Okay. What
So
happened?
just for so I've put everybody in mute.
Okay.
Probably will unmute them later if required.
Yeah, I want them to be unmuted because we have only 14 participants. It is good to have conversation. I would
Okay,
love
I'll do
to
that.
hear from
I'll do
them
that.
because it's all about conversations, interaction.
Okay, so
Yeah,
everybody can unmute themselves.
yeah.
No?
And
And
I
not
get
yet shared,
images
Nadia.
from
Not yet.
participants. So
Yes.
otherwise, I just go blank.
Okay. Your screen is not shared as of now.
My PowerPoint's presentation. Okay, it's up here. Okay. Hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, yes.
Lovely. Okay, mastering difficult conversation and performance conversation. Want to hear from you all about how do you feel while giving a performance conversation or performance feedback, because it's a 1 year work that people put in and we draft it in one small box to give them a feedback. How comfortable are you? How does it feel? Are you more comfortable? What is that you feel? I just want to hear out from you. You want to come and speak up? That's absolutely fine. You can just drop a note. I feel comfortable, not good, not a right time. Everybody, because everybody are great performers in their own space. And it's very hard for them to actually get in and tell the facts. Hey, this is how you have been performed. Okay. It's okay. So, how do you feel? I have heard from a lot of leaders. I don't feel really great while giving a performance. Yesterday, I feel proud when giving performance feedback. Beautiful. I asked one of the leader, "How do you feel giving a performance feedback?" Then he said, "I feel confident because it's difficult in mind. I just remove that from my mind. It's no more difficult. So, feeling is different, difficult, but part of work. Absolutely, David." It's part of work. I love the thought and diverse thoughts that are coming in. I feel proud. I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable to share feedback. That's absolutely great, Gaurav. So I want to hear from you about what is your style of feedback. I have a very small very, very small assessment because we have only 30 minutes for the session. I need to complete this assessment. All you need to do is just take a screenshot of this particular assessment. I hope you can see all the numbers from 1 to 12. Take the screenshot of the assessment, take your pen mark. As I at times I avoid situation where I might have to give feedback to someone. I have good relationship. If you say yes, it is. No, don't put situations into this particular assessment. It's not situation. We do situations, we have multiple, we do all these 12 listed here. All I want to understand is what is easy, what comes naturally to you. Because style comes naturally, right? And we behave in different circumstances and styles according to the situation. Right now, I want to hear from you what comes easy. Okay, so let's go ahead, take a screenshot, paste it on your Paint, Word, whatever, do a quick assessment of yourself. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to look into these questions, assess yourself, and come back. Why am I doing this assessment? Just to give you a brief while you're doing these questions or pasting it. I always tell leaders you need to carry invisible mirror with you. It's very important to carry invisible mirror. We need to check how do we look, how do we need to reflect how do we look, how are we talking, how do we present, and how are we portraying our style. So it's very important for us to understand what is our style. Okay, go ahead, take a screenshot. If you say, hey, this is something that not this doesn't come easy to me, this comes easy to me. No, I don't consider this at all. You can just leave the question and go ahead. It's not required that yes and no should be there for all questions. Any questions? This time for you to reflect. Be honest, be curious. Don't get into situations because as leaders with experience, we have played different roles into the situations to fit the situations. I'm not asking, this assessment is not on situation. This assessment is purely what comes easy to you and what requires effort. I see some drawing happening. Rajendra, can you erase the drawing? I'm afraid that my participants cannot see the question clearly. Is there a way that we can get rid of drawing? Time to time feedback gets it. I feel comfortable to share feedback. Difficult, but part of the work. Beautiful. Okay. Just raise your hand once you're done. Um, you have, yes, it's time up. You have 2 minutes. So let me know if somebody needs more time. I'm happy to give you another few seconds, not minutes. Are we good? Just type a yes, no. Okay. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. Here is a quick assessment on your slides on the questions that you entered. If your question 1 and 2 is right, you tick this as yes. It's more of withdrawing. 5 and 6 is yes, it's more of masking, which is more of sugarcoating, softening the message. If 9 and 10 is what you have ticked, this leadership style of giving feedback is more on judging the character rather than behavior. 3 to 4 is avoiding, sidestepping with a difficult conversation. Moving the meetings after 2 days, 3 days, keep skipping. You just want to avoid the situation. Controlling 7 and 8 is a question number. It's dictating without having a dialogue. It's about you get into the conversation, you are into the feedback, you're not listening, you tell everything that you feel about. Attacking is using harsh and confrontational language. I'm not going to ask you what is right. This is just for your self assessment, self review, self reflection. So, this is an assessment that I give leaders to self reflect before on their style before they get into a feedback. It's a great opportunity for us to develop. Here is a model that I'm going to give you for having, for giving feedback, which is absolutely SBI model is from Creative Center of Leadership. This is a model sourced from Creative Center of Leadership. All I have done, added intent inquiry to it. So the way that I highly recommend to use this model is it is structured. It's not judgmental. It's not talking about a person's, not targeting, not attacking, not avoiding. It's absolutely a framework that can make you feel easy. Remember that numbers that we went, I gave you a pattern, model, structure, and this is absolutely the structure. I know you're using it right now, but this framework is going to put your conversation into structure. You have a goal that is specified in the beginning of year. This is a specific context. When was the goal given? What was the goal all about? Is a situation. Behavior is observation. What did you observe? What are the facts without judgment? Impact is because of the behavior action that they implemented, what is the impact? Organization impact, team impact, project impact, cost impact. So, what is the impact? And intent inquiry. We don't want you to just be controlling. You would be asking, do you agree? What you are thinking about it? So, let me pose an example let me take recruiting situation. At the beginning of the year, we were tasked with hiring 30 techies within 6 months. Yeah. This is a situation at the beginning which was given to a recruiter. The behavior was about the action. The recruiter hired, offer letter was gone, could be the background verification was not initiated. Due to background verification not initiated, lot of Offers were declined. People did not join, or their joining date was kind of pushed away, and that impacted project deliverables. Or we lost a project, or the project was delayed, project was extended. This is the impact. And the other question you would ask is, do you agree? And it's very important. SBI format put you into a situation where you actually go and prepare before having a conversation. Have facts with you. So, for example, there is another conversation where you really want to appreciate. Please bring those facts where you want to appreciate. I would highly recommend you have three goals for people or two projects which were assigned. Put this into that structure: situation, behavior, impact, intent to inquiry. Ask them, is it okay? Do you agree? If no, I want to know more about it. Any questions till now? Are you able to hear me? Okay, any questions? Yes, I get to hear yes from Murli. Is this framework making sense to you guys? Does it put it in a structure? Okay. Then, yes, no matter what framework that you use, sometimes it's not easy to deliver because we have different personalities at work. We have know it all Karan, we have defensive Dhanush, avoider Anita, know it all is like, yeah, I know everything. Go ahead, proceed. Tell me what is my rating. We have defensive Dhanush who shuts down, doesn't actively listen, keep interrupting, justifies the actions, dominates the conversation. We have avoider Anita. It's like, I don't think so now. It's right time to talk. Let's discuss this later. I'm not in a right set of mode or a mind. We have Silent Savita, who is absolutely very minimum response, just nodding her head, no eye contact, and you are like, is she even listening to me? And we have blaming Bella, immediately shifts responsibilities and blames to others. It's not my fault. It's not because the person who was doing a background verification or the company did not respond to me. I did not get response, or the sourcing team did not tell me that offer was released. So it's like blaming Bella. And passive aggressive Pratt, whose response to resist sarcastic comments, say things like, sure, whatever you say, I know you're a leader, my ratings are in your hand. He's that character. So you are going to find these characters. So I'm going to give you some tips to manage them. Listen like vowels. A-E-I-O-U. Feedback is just not about delivering SBI and you're done. No. SBI should be blended, integrated with A-E-I-O-U. You need to acknowledge. They're going to talk. The feedback conversation should start with them. They are the one who is going to tell how is the year going on. So it has to start with them and you put your SBI later. Vinay, can you go on mute, please? Yeah. Acknowledge reality. Acknowledge, recognize, validate what they are sharing. It's like, I appreciate that you're bringing this up. I really appreciate that you've put the condensed performance, review, self-review very thoroughly. Thank you. Acknowledge, empathize, walk in their shoes, see what they're feeling, what are thinking, what are they hearing, what fear do they have. If you empathize, it's very important, you naturally create that psychological safety. I is inquire. Throughout the feedback, ask questions with curiosity. Ask questions not to respond, ask questions to understand their perspective. Observe their body language, especially the time when performance review is happening. You can see how much the person is going through, whether he's completely tensed, he's not feeling safe. You really need to observe and tweak your conversation and understand them. Understand every fact that they are bringing up. So listen like vowels. Bring all these aspects into your feedback conversation. Okay. And then create a dialogue, not a monologue. Begin with opening questions. How do you think it went well? How is it going? How do you think this year went for you? Create psychological safety. Psychological safety is very important aspect. If the person is not feeling safe, he's not able to have conversation with you, he'll not listen to you, he's not going to have any thought about how is the future looking, what is feed forward, nothing. The person is not feeling safe. It's very important for you to make the space zone safe for them, which says, yes, this is a feedback, but we have feed forward. Integrate feed forward with your feedback. Feed forward would talk about how does next year look like? What support can you give? It has to be a mutual understanding and contribution. Once your SBI is done, you ask question, you're integrating your vowels of A, I, or U to have a dialogue. At the end, you would have a feed forward. There's a beautiful book from Marshall Goldsmith which talks about feed forward. So feedback is just not enough. You need to have a feed forward. Feed forward is all about how can we mutually work together to make sure the next year goes absolutely great. When you're having that mutual conversation, first thing that you need to ask them, what is that you need from me? What can I do for you? They may say 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you're going to make a note of it. And you are going to share what do you need from them. At the end of the meeting, you're going to have a mutual agreement. What is that you need from the other person and what is that you are giving? And this has to be documented. Listen with intent. I think we did speak about it. Engage as a partner, not an evaluator. It looks like always feedback conversation looks like we are sitting in an exam hall, we are doing our assessments. No. You're going to talk about engage that partner and have evaluation. It's very important. Creating dialogue, not monologue. Any questions still here? Do you have any questions? Happy to take. AEIOU is a great way to understand. Thank you. Thank you, Vanishwari. Okay. Then we come into documentation. It's a very difficult part. I've been a leader for a long time. I know how it is, how difficult it is. We have a framework. Me, we, what? Self-prepare is me. Be emotionally strong. Do not be judgment. Do not have any judgment. Choose curiosity. Say that I need not be biased. I'm not going to judge anybody. This is absolutely a fact. I want to promote, I would promote people, not on favoritism, but on facts. I'm not going to give rating because, based on people's emotional trauma, they're going, no, I'm going to talk about facts. These facts are going to help you talk and have give a difficult news or have a difficult conversation. So me is self-preparation. V is relation and intention. I wanted to cover this much before that relationship, even before you give feedback, is very important. There's a strong correlation between connection and correction. If you don't have connection, it's very hard to make any corrections. So start making connection. This connection just does not happen before your feedback review. Connection as a leader should start from the time the person is part of your organization. Even before the person joins your company, when the offer is released, that's where the connection starts. That's where you build the relationship. That's how you continue. When you are very well connected, corrections becomes very easy. When you have no connection, corrections are hard. So make sure even before giving feedback, how is your connection? Now it's if your reviews are in December, I don't know if how you can build connection, but you can still try. How do I make connections before I make corrections or course of actions? V is about relationship and intention. Document the why as a partner, prioritize trust and growth. So your documentation should be, it could be for multiple reasons. It could be for a legal requirement, anything. You need to prioritize trust and people's growth, not about what all they have done. Yes, the how the performance was absolutely fine, but I have seen few performance reviews which are like, always it's about history. You did this 11 o'clock, you came to the office today, is in a feedback documentation. You leave at 6 o'clock where our logout time is 7 o'clock. Yes, these are not in annual review conversations. This has to be corrected right there. You don't need to wait for a feedback and come till year end conversation. Please have a documentation which is strategic, aligned with goals. This is a performance feedback. And you have other feedbacks which are very constant, which you keep giving them day by day, month by, you don't need to wait. And you can absolutely use SBI format for that again. Okay, so V is about relationship and intention. Content, what you can absolutely take from your SBI model that you have already collected. Stick on to facts, have the goals, talk about the facts, talk about the impact, share the consequences or impact. Collaborate on, at the end of the documentation should be collaboration. You remember you did a mutual agreement? You had a mutual agreement. Okay, this, what do you want from me? What can I have from you? That needs to be up in your documentation so that, which talks about how supportive you are as a manager. Any questions till now? Swaroop, how are we with time? Yeah, we are 30 minutes, but still I want some time. If you can stay with me, that would
I
be
guess
great.
the topic is very engaging and a lot of key takeaways. Keep the rhythm going on. I request all the participants to stay back and get the best knowledge from your own.
Absolutely. Common feedback mistakes that I have seen in my experience. Very vague feedback. Very vague goal at the beginning. You know, the goal setting itself is vague, and that becomes very difficult for you to give a very strategic or a fact based feedback because your goal itself is vague. For next year, make sure your goals are also SBI. You can apply that. There's a different model for goal. I think I spoke to Swaroop that we have to do a workshop on goals as well. So we will be talking about that later. So keep your feedback not vague but very specific. Don't share your opinion. Do not use the language like I think, now that you are married and you are not very much focused to the work. Don't bring your opinions and judgments. Talk about facts, percentage, project status, talk about business, talk about team's performance. Usually, some of the conversations start with flaws, very negative and focusing on personality flaws. I've seen you that you're not contributing in the meetings. You never speak. Oh, are I've heard this feedback. You're a social animal. You want to keep talking, but there is absolutely no results from you. These are actual feedback that are spoken in the sessions. There's some feedbacks, no actionable. This is a feedback done. Thank you. Where is the mutual agreement? What is next forward? That person is going to stay with us. You are going to retain him. What is actionable? Generalizing statements, another thing that I have seen. Negative and positive, both are not really good to start the feedback. Do not start a feed. I don't like the method of sandwich, to be honest, which talks about great things. Then the sandwich patty is all about what are not going, and then another patty of great things. I can't see the patty. Patty is the core of the burger, and I don't see it. What's the point? So, too much of sugar coating. Yes, you can appreciate. Good job. There are a few things that I want to focus for this conversation. If you're really sharing a bad news, don't be too much sugarcoating. No, the person has to be prepared. His mindset has to be prepared. There's a bad news that has been shared with me. No sugarcoating. You have to start the meeting telling that, hey, I don't think so. This meeting is going to be great for you, but I must tell you that, this is going to help you for your coming years. So please do not start with negative, not being too sweet. Do not hide. You're not expected to be a soft cushion or hiding something. Do not mask. If you are well prepared with your facts, with your well prepared with your specific details, data, I think hiding does not come in picture. Do not dwell into the past mistakes which have happened 2 3 years back. That is not required. The mistakes about, I've seen this, people do some mistakes, it could be compliant mistake or they've done which is not right in the organization, but still we have provided them the warning letters, they're with us but they're great performers, but we go back to their situations. That should not speak, those things cannot be spoken during your performance review. These are some of the common mistakes. I'm going to have a quiz. I don't know. So I'm going to skip this because it's already 5, which here are some of the dialogues that I wanted to quiz if we had a time, but unfortunately we are running short, which says the recent client launches was ultimately a disaster. This is a negative. I concerned that you are not ambitious. Where is that energy? You're starting with a flaw. You need dramatic improvement in your overall executive presence. No specifics. I don't know. Executive presence is a broad area. What are you talking about? I noticed that you were 20 minutes late. You're never punctual. Very judgmental. I it's totally fine. We decided to take you off that account. Sugarcoating, hiding. You're constantly acting like cynic or you're not happy. It's an opinion about you. The fourth Q4 budget report was just weak. What is weak? It's vague. Let's revisit the errors that you made 6 months ago. Not needed. So these are few things, few dialogues, which is absolutely not required in your feedback. Okay, that comes to the end of 30 minutes 40 minutes packed feedback workshop. Would love to hear. If you have questions, you can stay back. If people are dropping away, thank you for joining. We would love to hear how did you feel about, and I want one thing that you learned was great from this session. Just type in on your chat box, tell us one thing that you're going to take away from this workshop and you're going to apply. This workshop is not about technical training. You go and apply and some magic happens. This is a behavior change. Take up one behavior that you're going to change and apply slowly. Have a self reflection. Okay, Pratima, amazing. Thank you, Pratima, for joining us today. Thank you, Murli. Pratima says SBI and AEIOU is workable. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much. Yes, Simha. Very well, matured feedback is very important. I highly recommend this to new managers who have given feedback for first time. They don't know. Sometimes they would have worked for a manager that doesn't give a good feedback and they think that is how it is and they continue giving the feedback the way their managers have done. Okay. Yes, very important, Halke, that this feedbacks SBI is just not for performance, it's for anything. You can also use it at home with your spouse. It works. Thank you, David. Thank you, Sandesh, for joining. Deepu, SBI is no more State Bank of India. AEIOU is no longer kiddie class. Yes, very important for us. Thank you, Manjunath, for joining. Okay, thank you. Good luck for performance reviews. And you need a masterclass on this, you can contact Swaroop and he's gonna coordinate with you. We have a masterclass for how many? 3 hours. Swaroop, you can take it forward.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Nadia. It's Patel here from Skillemme. So, thank you for that insightful and engaging session, full of practical guidance and real-world wisdom on how to transform performance reviews into powerful coaching conversations. And thank you all the participants, for being such interactive audience. We hope today's session gave you new ideas, frameworks, and confidence to conduct performance discussions that truly drive growth and alignment. If you'd like to continue your learning journey, as Ms. Nadia mentioned, so do stay connected with us and reach out to us for any such engagements. And once again, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Have a wonderful day ahead. And may your next performance conversation be your best one yet. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. See you.
Thank you. I'll
Thank
be
you.
stopping the presentation now.
Yes, I'm going to stop. Give me a minute.